Alrighty, we're recording.
And we are back.
Yes, so it's still tourist season.
It very much is. Happy Taurus season to all my Tauruses.
Yeah, we're like in the middle of tourist season,
Hmm.
but we just had two birthdays, two tourist birthdays, real nigga birthdays.
Bing.
And I'm wondering who they might be.
Right. Who could they be?
Maybe it's you and me.
Maybe it's me and you.
If you guessed correctly. Um, both Zoe and I just turned the big 7-2. 72. Yeah.
72 years old, man.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant 27. Um, how does it feel to be 27?
You know, I think I'm getting to that age where it's like the numbers just, they all start to blend in. It doesn't
Mm,
really feel as
yeah,
drastic.
you're pushing
So,
30, so
oh, well,
yeah.
all right. Well, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
closer to that than
Then
20.
And you're correct. But hey, this is the oldest I am and the youngest I'll ever be.
That's deep. Wait, I don't think this is the
I
youngest
think I
you ever.
said that wrong. I think I said
I think
that.
you've been younger, low key.
You know,
Um,
you
but yeah, this is definitely the oldest. This is not the oldest you will be, but it's the oldest you have been.
exactly.
Yeah.
How does it feel being 27 for you?
Uh, yeah, it feels weird. Like I was just thinking about how I was in high school like 10 years ago,
Oh,
but it doesn't feel like that.
ooh.
Like I still even though I feel very like removed from being in high school, mentally sometimes I'm just like, wait, that was 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
And
really weird.
was.
Yeah. So it feels kind of weird. It feels kind of weird to be like, damn, does my mic sound alright to you?
Yeah, it sounds fine. I think, are you just like tapping it or something?
Yeah, it's just like anyway. Um, yeah, it just feels weird. Yeah,
Yeah,
feels very
weird.
weird. Um, but I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be here recording with you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Love you, twin.
yeah,
Mm-hmm,
I love you
mm-hmm.
too. Do you want to talk about your birthday a little bit?
Pretty straightforward birthday, you know. I know everybody's against the whole working on your birthdays, which I am as well, and I don't usually do that, but when you're of age
Mhm.
and you got bills to pay,
Mm,
um sometimes you just gotta clock in for that shift.
mhm,
So I did what I had to do. It didn't stop anything though. I really didn't mind it at all. It's a
mhm,
pretty easy shift.
mhm,
And I clocked out and then I went to work. Ooh, no, not work. I went to work out. Ooh, went to the
difference.
gym. Exact big difference. Went to the
Gotta get
gym.
that mind and body right.
You feel me?
Hmm.
We
The
get
connection.
in exactly.
Hmm.
So that was beautiful. I left there and had a post-meal workout of hot fries and cheesecake made by my lovely girlfriend.
Period. Shout out.
Shout out to Alame.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I had a pretty good day. Chilled on a shout out to Kylan. Oh my God, that's my guy.
Hmm.
We played the PS5, we played
Nice.
GTA,
Yes.
and yeah,
Yeah, that's a lovely birthday.
thank you, thank you. What did you do for your birthday?
Uh, what did I do? Mine was a while ago. It
A
feels
week
like.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, for y'all that don't know, we're exactly a week apart.
A week
I'm a week
apart.
older. Um, so what did I do? I don't think I did much of anything. I don't think I did really anything. Like, what did I do? I did take off of work. I took off the day of and the day after
Good.
because why would I do that? And I definitely think I think I got some food, like some Thai food.
Mm.
No, it was not Thai. It was Vietnamese.
Mm.
My
Mm.
apologies. Um,
Was it
gr-
pho?
it was banh mi.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
which I believe is Vietnamese.
It is
Okay.
Vietnamese.
And it was delicious.
I
And
think it is Vietnamese.
yeah, yeah, this is a
It,
place I like.
yeah.
And it's called Hello Vietnam for
Okay,
those.
period.
Yeah. So that was delicious. Had a good meal, got some rest. I think I might have watched Real Housewives at some point, maybe, maybe not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, and we'll get into this soon. We'll do a Real Housewives check-in, honestly.
And we will.
But yeah, it's and then I went for a long walk. I went no Jill Scott,
No
but
Jill Scott?
every Jill Scott, because I did go for a long walk around the park.
Yeah.
It wasn't after dark, but it was getting there.
It was getting there though.
I love one thing I'm noticing is like I love a nighttime walk. Like
Mm.
I didn't used to be a nighttime walk person,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm from Louisiana, and if y'all know anything about down south, there's not really much. It's not really anywhere to walk or go, um, unless you're walking on highways and roads, which is not always fun. But it's not a lot of scenery, so it's like I think since moving up north, it's just like super cool sometimes to just like walk at night. And it's like some people might say don't do that. I do it though, because it's fun.
It is
And
fun.
it's just quiet and it's chill. And yeah, I really fuck with that. But it wasn't nighttime when I went for a walk. Um and yeah, I feel like overall it was a very chill, very calm day. I think I try not to put too much pressure on myself to do anything. Because I feel like I celebrate around my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like I really celebrated the 2 days before, and we're actually about to get into one of the ways I celebrated, which was we hung out, and yeah, I feel like I don't bombard the actual day with events. I do stuff around it, but I do feel myself like warming up to the idea of throwing a party at some point. Like I kind of did last year, but not really. But like actually throwing a party that like I DJ or like
You're in the
I'm
atmosphere.
centered. Yeah, like I'm like
Yeah.
people are acknowledging that it's my birthday type shit. You know what I mean? But for
Mm-hmm.
now, I like it. I like the actual day to be calm. And for me, a requirement, food.
Spoken like a true tourist.
You know what I mean? Food. Like food
Mm-hmm.
and chilling.
Right, right. So what did you eat on your birthday? Oh,
I
the
got
Vietnamese.
yeah, I got some what was it? It was like a chicken. It's like it was bami. And then
Yeah.
I also had some I had a lot of different things going on. I know I had some Thai iced tea, which is like
Good.
Thai iced tea. And then I had chicken teriyaki banh mi.
Oh,
A lot of
you
different,
was
you know what I'm saying? Hopping around.
yeah.
And then I had some was it spring rolls? It
Mm.
was good.
This sounds good. This sounds like a nice spread.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's a place that I actually stumbled on with Mo one day,
Okay,
a fellow
perfect.
tourist,
A fellow
um,
Taurus. Shout out to Mo.
like accidentally, and we're just like, what's this place?
Okay,
Great.
perfect. So we're gonna have to
Now they have
go
a life.
there.
Now they have a life. Look, anytime. Because now they have a lifelong customer, I fear. Like, I went there.
Lifelong.
Look, it's one thing to win me over with food, but people rarely win me over with customer service. And they got me.
Ah, I love
hmm
to hear that.
The
That's all you gotta
owner,
say.
like, greeted. It was like, sorry, let me know if I'm talking too long, but
No, this is the Taurus review.
it was like there's like a festival happening outside of the restaurant. And we walked in and nobody was there. And so he like was really excited to like greet us and
Mm.
thank us for being there. He was just really nice and very attentive. And we started talking to him, and he was just saying that like every year when they have that like festival, it sucks because food trucks park right outside of the restaurant, and people they rarely get
Yikes.
customers. Yeah, and so he was just saying like he just seemed really excited to have customers.
That is
Um,
good.
but yeah, it was a vibe.
Sounds lovely to me, and you know I will be there in 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, what did you do one of those days before your birthday?
I that was it's a good question. I will say first I woke up and then I said he.
Exactly.
And then I reached for my glove,
Mm-hmm.
my
Mm-hmm.
penny loafers, and my white
Mm-hmm.
socks,
Mm-hmm.
my bedazzled jacket, and I came on down.
Mm.
I came on down to visit you.
You eased on down the road.
I eased on down the road.
Mm.
I had to beat it up out of my bed. Just okay. Anyway, we saw Michael. If y'all don't know, there's a Michael Jackson. What's it called? Biopic.
Biopic? Yeah.
Out right now about Michael Jackson. And we went and we saw it because I feel like we talk quite a lot about Michael Jackson. And I don't know why. Like I feel like collectively, anytime we've known each other for years and I don't know if we've ever sat down and just listened to Michael Jackson.
We've
But
we've
we talk
never
about him all
sat
the
down.
time. And so as soon as they announced this movie, we were in there like swimwear.
We had to be.
Hmm.
Had to.
Yeah.
Um, I think Michael alone in just like the black community is already it's like that's Michael, like that's Michael Jackson. Like that's already a name. There's already like memes. Like so many things you could think of pertaining to him that already every day there's something about Michael Jackson.
Hmm.
So yeah, when this movie was announced, and we talked about it a little bit like a couple episodes ago, yeah, we had to see what that's about. We had to see what that's about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to hear your thoughts about this because we didn't really t discuss it afterwards. I think we were just kind of saving our notes for our review now. So
Yeah.
let's
Yeah,
get
that's true.
into
We didn't
it.
talk about it afterwards. Damn.
No, we just walked down, was like, damn,
And it's been a while. It's been like over a week.
yeah,
Wow.
now it's time to let it spill.
We're about to release the Krakens.
That's crazy.
What's a Kraken? I don't know what it
Literally,
is.
what's a crack? Isn't Kraken like
It's a bird, right? No?
you know what I'm thinking of? What's crackling? Isn't that like pigskin crackling?
Oh, you talking about oh yeah, like hall crackling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pig. Pig
You
skin is
like
fat.
you like
Well,
pork you like pork
yeah, we
rinds?
eat that in Louisiana.
Yeah, that's good.
It's delicious.
In my pork days, I
I
did
love crackling.
I did nibble often. Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
it's very delicious.
But yes, we about to open the floodgates about this movie.
Yeah, so before we start,
Yes.
how would you describe the plot?
This
Um,
plot to me focused purely on
Oh, should we
getting
give spoiler warning? I think
well,
we
I
should.
would hope those that know that this is a micro review know
Yeah.
that it's gonna be right. So like,
Spoilers and yes, we will be
yeah,
talking about Michael's child essay allegations. So
yes,
just a heads up.
we will. And you
That'll
know
be
what?
later though.
Yes, it will be later. Um, but as for like the plot of this
Mhm.
movie, my understanding is this was Michael, I can't even say reclaiming his fame. Ugh, maybe I can say.
Mhm.
Basically, Michael gaining a sense of understanding of his fame and
Mhm.
freeing himself from the shackles of Joseph Jackson.
Mm. He
Yeah, that
overcame.
he overcame.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say something really dirty. Thank God I did not.
Mm-hmm.
He got from underneath that grip, and I think this movie
Mm-hmm.
did that well, but I do have thoughts and I do
Mm-hmm.
have notes. So before I get too deep, what are you feeling about the plot, or how would you describe it?
I would say that it's pretty much just like the story of like overcoming his dad. Yeah, like I think he's
Yeah,
just trying to find himself essentially.
yeah.
Um, and that's
Um,
pretty much what it's about.
Yeah, I actually have, before we get deep into our personal thoughts of reviews, I just have
Mm,
a couple like basic facts
mm.
about this movie and opening day. I can't even say like opening day, but just a couple basic things about this movie I think we should know before getting into the deepness of it. So this movie was, I think, roughly what, an hour and a half, 2 hours,
Yeah, I think it was like
something,
two hours and some change.
and some change, right?
Hmm.
The movie originally was 4 hours. I'll say that. I'll get into the details of why in a second, but movie was originally 4 hours. This movie was directed by, what's his name? Antoine Fuqua. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly.
Hmm.
He also directed What's My Name, Muhammad Ali, which
Hmm.
was a really good movie. This movie was also produced by Graham King.
Hmm.
He is the same producer for Bohemian Rhapsody, which was another biopic that did really well back in 2019. And
Hmm.
this movie was also edited, or should I say re-edited, but really edited by John Ottoman. He is also the editor for Bohemian Rhapsody. And yeah, the budget for this film was between the range of 155 million to 200 million.
Hmm. Oh, you hitting
That's
us with the real facts.
no, this is the real facts because like this, I feel like this is. I'm not gonna say this movie's gonna make history or maybe it's already
Mm.
made history, but
Hmm.
yeah. So
I can see that.
cl- yeah, close to a $200 million budget, and I think already box office weekend they grossed, or opening weekend they grossed like 97 million, and I think so far. They're up at like 184 million.
Wow.
So
So they already
they're,
surpassed.
yeah, like they're basically already hitting that goal of like
Wow.
their budget. And the producers are aiming for this film to hit 700 million worldwide. Because Bohemian Rhapsody hit 900 million worldwide, and their estimated box office, or their initial box office, was 51 million. Michael
Interesting.
had been 97 compared to 51, so now, yeah, they're looking at big numbers for this for this
Very
film.
interesting. And you know what's interesting? I saw a video on Instagram or social media
Hmm.
um where somebody was basically saying that like they kind of described the plot, but they said it was they kind of gave him a Disney edit.
Yes,
Yeah, like he was
yes,
essentially the, princess, not princess, but like he was essentially the protagonist, and then his dad's the antagonist,
yeah.
and then the love of his life is his music career, and
Oh yeah, the heavy Disney princess vibes for real.
yeah, it just was very. I feel like there's a lot of. I mean, I'm not like. I know there's a lot of Michael Jackson spaces, and his
Mm.
fandom is incredibly large, but I feel like I have seen a few like I'll read the comments every time like a post or whatever comes across my
Hmm.
timeline, and people are very like conflicted. Like it's very much so beef within the MJ stan community about this
Really?
movie, because some people are just like, he did not wear this jacket at the Victory Tour in
Yes,
1984. He
yes,
wore these pants
yes.
on this tour, and then this style shirt with this collar. It just was not accurate. Like people are really like
They are very
they are
particular.
picking apart every single inaccuracy. I saw something that was like talking about there. First of all, apparently there were a lot of inaccuracies. Like they talked about like some of the songs that they were recording in the movie weren't even like recorded yet until like 3 years later, or didn't come out yet until like years later after the what they're saying in the movie. Or I know one thing they said was like the scene where he gets bubbles was like not real.
It
Um,
didn't look real. Oh,
yeah,
and I have my gripes about, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it right now.
yeah, Sam.
Any of the scenes with Bubbles or the giraffe or
Yeah.
any animal, I did not like any of those. I did not like the CGI-ness about it. It looked bad.
Yeah. And that
Didn't,
kind of added to the whole
yeah.
Disney thing, like the animals and like the
Yes, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But also another part of like the CGI stuff, I didn't like the very wide crowd shots and it, like the stadium arena shots, and you could obviously tell it was just like
Dummies or
CGI
CGI.
or AR.
Really?
It looks so every time. Like I have this specific scene. It's towards the end of the movie, and I don't know if it was him during the bad at the very end during the bad sequence or during the victory. Probably both of them.
Hmm.
Yeah, like when it pans to the crowd, like the outward crowd, not the crowd
Hmm.
close to the stage,
Hmm.
when it just like panned to the outward crowd or like did a sweep over it, yeah, I was like, yeah, this is all fake. And I know it's all
Hmm.
fake.
Hmm.
Like, why would they get that many people in a, but it just
Yeah.
looked, I don't know. I think it just looked too obviously fake to me. It didn't look
Hmm.
good.
Yeah.
Um, so yes, so that was my gripe with that. But yes, that
Hmm.
does add to the princessification of Michael Jackson for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah. So very interesting.
Um, yeah, so I just we starting from the very beginning of the movie and I'm just gonna work our way through. Um,
Yeah, I mean, shit. So we already talked about the plot. Um, it was set in Gary, Indiana at first, and then in Encina, which is where I believe their like estate is.
yeah.
I think something that was very interesting. So we can get into like the main characters, right?
Yes.
Something that was very interesting is that we consistently see the same Jackson kids, but it's never like they never talk about the fact that like there's like three of them missing. I think like
Right.
it's Michael, um, Jermaine,
Mm-hmm.
Tito,
Mm-hmm.
Jackie,
Mm-hmm.
Marlon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Randy's there. Randy's the youngest
Mm.
brother.
Yeah, Randy wasn't
Um,
there. Latoya's there though.
Latoya's in the movie, but no Janet and no Reby.
Nope.
And we just vibing like
And
throughout
we
the
literally we said, yeah,
throughout
this
they're at the
works.
dinner table like a few kids missing. We don't give a fuck. Like
I said
it's
this
all about
don't concern
Michael.
us.
You
Right.
know. Do you know why they weren't a part of the movie?
I know why Janet isn't in it.
Mm,
I guess I also know why Latoya is in it.
mm,
Don't know why Reby isn't in it or
mm,
Randy.
mm.
Um but as far as Janet, and this seems to be like kind of like the biggest, I don't know if gossip or like the
Hot
biggest kind of,
goss.
yeah, literally like from this movie was like, oh my God, Janet is not in this movie.
Yeah.
What's going on? And then people were like, oh my God, it's rumored that Janet and Jermaine had this big outburst
Yeah.
in front of everybody at the Hollywood screening
Hmm.
because she saw some things about it that she didn't like. Or I guess like the first cut that they got to her, something of that nature, essentially. So basically, they asked Janet to be in it. This is from Latoya's words. They asked Janet to be in it. She politely declined. Now, as for why specifically she declined, this part is not from Latoya, but it's from what we're hearing that when she did see the first cut that they gave to the family, she had notes. She had things that she didn't like about her that she thought was inaccurate. And then I think from that point on, she kind of just, yeah, declined on being in it
Mm,
from that point on. And it could have been the original cut
mm,
because there's two cuts to this film, and I'm gonna
mm,
get into that too. Um, but I think when she saw the original cut, she was just not liking that. So yeah, she said, I don't want any parts of this. Asked for Paris Jackson, who I know is his kid, and like none of his kids are in the film, but she's another one like that I think has made outward statements of why she's not backing this film because Prince Jackson, his son, one of his sons, is an executive producer. So Prince is backing the film. Why is Paris not backing the film? Why is Paris not at the premiere? She is another one that doesn't didn't agree with some of the things that the way that they cut in the way that the film was set up. And she also has given them notes and made notes because they asked like, hey, is there anything about it? And she made notes, gave them notes, and she said that they basically kind of just ignored them. And she was like, well, that's great. I'm gonna go on with the rest of my life now. So she was just kind of like, that's yeah, I don't care to be a part of this. And something
Yeah.
that she specifically said that really stood out to me was she said basically and I guess she posted this to social media. She said the film panders to a very specific section of my dad's fandom that still lives in the fantasy, and they're going
Mm-hmm.
to be happy with it. I found that very interesting because
Mm-hmm.
even before reading her say that, it ties back to what we were already saying about like the propaganda
Mm-hmm.
of cleaning his image
Yeah.
up.
I wonder what she like how that made her feel, the edit,
R- Right, right. We can only imagine, but
you know?
for his daughter to say that,
Yeah. Because
like
I'm
I
like, what would
that
have been
speaks.
her? I'm like, I'm very curious to know, like, and of course it's a rhetorical question, but
Hmm.
I'm just curious to, I would kill to interview Paris Jackson right now because I'm just like, what kind of edit would you have want, and what does she feel like needs to be shown to like really show who her father was to the world?
I agree. I also think maybe it's something between her and the state as well, because I remember a couple months ago, um, her and his estate were in some sort of legal battle. I don't really understand why. I think it was maybe for like the amount of money she was supposed to be receiving from his estate that she maybe wasn't getting or something like that. I don't know. Maybe there's some like unresolved issues there, which is another reason why she doesn't want to be a part of it. But for her
Mm-hmm.
to say like, oh, this portrays to a specific fandom of his that lives in a it lives in this fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like, ooh, you obviously know something.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, yes.
Yeah.
I guess I'm finding it very, I don't know if commendable is the word because I don't know really kind of what her take is based off that one thing, but I don't know. I'm like, the quote unquote power, like the league, the hierarchy, I guess your father is at, and for you to basically come out and say
Like the
something that
level.
exactly, and
Mm-hmm.
then say something alluding to the fact of like basically him not being this princess perfect thing and going against kind of like what the estate's trying to portray. I think that speaks volumes. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
saying that like nobody's or anybody's perfect or whatever the case is,
Mm-hmm.
because we know nobody's perfect, but it just makes you wonder.
Yeah, I did kind of feel like the film kind of dehumanizes him in a way.
Well,
Like,
yes.
like I feel like who was I talking to? Were you telling me this? Somebody was telling me that they don't like biopics.
Wasn't me, but
I
I
think it
like
was
that
Mo.
take.
Yeah, like they
Mm,
were telling me that like they don't like biopics because it's just kind of weird to like dramatize somebody's life in that way. Somebody
mm-hmm,
who lived a real life.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's basically just propaganda. And I'm like, well, yes, like
Oh yes.
it definitely is propaganda because it's just like they're trying to evoke a feeling in the audience by making up stories in a real person's life. And now people will believe these fake stories that happened in a real person's life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or that didn't happen. So I think that's very interesting because it's um, like it makes sense to an extent that like his family was involved and then some of his family didn't fuck with it because it's like yeah, like you could tell that whoever produced this had a very, very positive and maybe not even a positive outlook on him, but more so
They
either they're
didn't
trying to
know.
either they're trying to capitalize off of
Yeah.
a positive perspective of him
Yeah.
or they are because I do think it's very interesting, I think, to contribute to kind of like the dehumanization sensationalization
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
somebody
Mm-hmm.
who already is at that point. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I remember when he was alive, like he was a mega superstar. Like I don't think we had ever experienced anybody as famous as him, in my opinion. Like he was just
I agree.
people were passing out crying, like, and they were miles away from him from the stage.
Like it was, you know what scene that got me in the movie?
Hmm.
It was the scene where he walked out of what I don't know what he walked out of some business building with the meeting where he was trying to get his music on MTV.
Mm-hmm.
When he walked out of that building and then he stood on top of that car
Mm-hmm.
and then like it just showed all them fans
Mm-hmm.
like for like miles down, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like I know this is like exaggerated stuff like that, but also a part of it is not exaggerated
No, I
because
remember. Like he would
like
be swarmed by people.
yes,
He held his
like
baby out of a window. Like
that was some I that was
it was
fun.
unhinged. Yeah.
Yeah, unhinged is the word.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was one of the moments in the movie where I was like, damn, like this nigga, it
Yep.
almost seemed like he could do it almost seemed like he could do no wrong.
Almost. And I do think they're trying to capitalize off of that in this moment. Um,
Definitely. You know what sparked them to even do this movie?
what?
You've seen or you've heard of the Michael Jackson like Broadway musical? I don't know if you
No.
heard it in past. It's been pretty popular like the past 3 years. I think it's been around 3 years or so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it's grossed over like
Oh no, actually,
300.
maybe I did. I don't know.
Yeah, it's grossed over 300 million. And that's what gave the producers the idea and confidence to be like, ah, okay, people can empathize with, Michael to this degree. Let's put it on a big screen.
So they turned it into a movie. They turned the play into a movie.
It's not ne well, I don't think they necessarily turned the musical into the movie. I
Mm,
think they just saw the audience reactions to the musical and how well it was doing. So they were
mm,
like, okay, let's capitalize off this even more and
mm,
like get it out to where people all over worldwide can see this instead of going to Broadway or just
mm,
like going to their local theater.
mm.
Um,
Very interesting.
so yes, I think this was bound to happen though.
Yeah.
This is yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was just a mega superstar. Um,
Yeah.
so you kind of already talked about like your least favorite like shot in the movie.
Yes.
What was your favorite?
My favorite was the montage when he is trying to figure out how to order Thriller. I
That's
thought
fun.
that was cut so well, and it's
Mm,
crazy because when I was watching it, and I was like, "Yes, I love a good, I love a good montage like that." Something about that just really does something for me. Another montage scene kind of was when he was doing "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough," like when he was
mm,
first recording that one, like the way they paced that and put it together and then started showing the club reaction and how well he was getting paid,
mm,
and then it went into him like, oh, like this big Michael now, like
mm,
he's the. I was like, yes, I hate to say I'm living for it. I really am. I
mm,
thought the film was cut really well. That's just all what this leads back to. So
mm.
yeah, that was my favorite scene.
Period.
Yeah, what's your favorite scene?
Um,
If you have one.
it might take me some time to think.
Mhm.
Um, Probably the victory tour scene. Um,
Ooh, that is a good one.
yeah, I think Jafar, who is Michael Jackson's nephew, who
Yes,
played Michael Jackson, I think he did a really great job. Um,
I
at
agree.
like mimicking his mannerisms and then also just like yeah, he really embodied him.
I agree.
And I feel like for me that was probably the highlight of the movie, just kind of watching him like embody his uncle.
Hmm.
Um, and like the voice was great, like the dancing was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just like really, really, yeah, it was a whole performance.
Heck yeah.
It was a whole concert.
Yes, I also want to shout out Giuliano Valdi, which was the
Mm,
young Michael Jackson.
he
He did
was
a great job.
great. Yeah.
That scene, where he was in the booth
hmm
and they were like, you got to keep your feet still.
hmm
Another greatly cut scene. That was funny. And then fucking Joe Jackson want to be
He was
like,
like, I'll make him be
I got
still.
some. I got some for his ass. I know how to
Like,
make
bro,
him.
like have some couth. But
Was
I guess when you're an abuser,
literally that was Barry Gordy, right?
yes,
That
played
yeah.
played by Lorenz Tate.
Period. Okay, Lorenz. Okay, Lorenz. That was Lorenz. Oh,
Yeah, the
snap.
casting was great. They ate with the casting.
It was
I
really
cannot
good.
hold you.
Nia Long too. I mean, a simple role, but she did it well.
And I think it was very interesting because if you've ever watched The Jacksons: An American Dream, which is a five-part series that came out in the 90s
Hmm.
about the Jacksons, Angela Bassett played
Yes.
Katherine Jackson, and her the way that she played her was very different. Like it was still Catherine, but she definitely had much more of like
Yes.
a she was
Like
like,
a
go to bed, Joseph. Go
yeah.
to bed. Go to bed, Joseph. Go to bed. Because he was trying to beat his hot like adult kids.
Yes.
Um, but in Nia Long, she's very subdued.
Very
She's very
passive.
calm. And
Yeah.
I've seen videos of Captain Jackson and Loki, that's more of her vibe. Um, she is also a Taurus queen. We have the same birthday.
Catherine?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Um, so I think it's very, very interesting, and I do feel like Nia Long did a great job. It was
Yes.
honestly very depressing to watch because I'm just like,
It was like, come on, stand up. These your kids too. Like, I'm sorry.
but I was watching it. Was it? I saw something that was basically talking about like the who she was and how she was raised like Jehovah's Witness and like very
Yes.
religious, and she didn't leave Joe until she found out he was cheating later on in life. Like he had a 25-year
Ah.
affair and had a child.
Right.
Um,
What's her name?
Giovanni, Giovanni
Yes.
Jackson. Yeah, they do not claim her, unfortunately.
They do not. We found her on Instagram and she be posting Joseph
Down, and she looked
often.
just like him. Like,
She really does.
yeah, that's
She
her dad
really
for real.
does.
And but yeah, like it wasn't until she found out, because in like that in the Jehovah Witness um religion. I don't know if religion is the right
Yes.
word. Orient
Or
denomination.
pract okay, yes.
I think marriage is not is like forbidden. I mean, sorry, divorce is
No,
forbidden.
it is.
Um, and yeah, so it was just interesting because it was just talking about how like she grew up in this like world where it probably was okay for men to treat their kids like that for
Yeah.
and like be abusive and be like controlling in that way.
Yeah.
And even when she tried to leave, I think they separated, but I don't think they ever got divorced.
Yeah.
Um,
My
mhm.
no, you go, sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying like they never got divorced, but it wasn't until she found out he was cheating, that she was like, okay, I'll finally leave you. Not that you beat all like 10 of my kids, but that
No.
or probably beat me as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to my mom about this because I was just explaining to her how, like, Catherine in the movie didn't really do much. And yeah, my mom was just explaining to me like, yeah, that's kind of just what the times were back then. And I'm
Mm,
like, that is
I can see that.
interesting. Like she was like,
Yeah.
yeah, the men did the disciplining and the women just kind of had to,
Deal with it. Like they had to
yeah,
be the
like they don't, there's no
nurturers.
interfere. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's like they're all like, we love mother. Because that's what they call
we,
her.
yeah, mother.
Mother.
And but they call it Joe,
Joseph.
Joseph. Why are you in my room, Joseph?
Why are you in my room, Joseph?
Like, okay.
I'm just like, damn, yeah, very
Yeah.
interesting.
Um,
Um,
I also found the scene in the very beginning a little disturbing.
yes,
Um,
it was very disturbing. I did not expect it um for that to be like
ye-
that visceral, I guess. And
yeah,
also just like immediately. And for context, there's a scene, um, trigger warning, child abuse, but there was a scene at the beginning of the movie where they're practicing. The kids are the Jackson Five, they're children, and they're practicing in front of Joe, and Michael's like afraid to look at him. Was that it?
yeah.
Michael's like afraid to look at him, and Joe is like, look at me. Sorry, my roommates are like, I mean, not my roommates, my neighbors are like outside.
That's so
Um,
real. The weather's warm, so
yeah, but they need to be quiet.
no.
Um, but basically, Joseph was like getting angry because Michael wasn't looking at him because surprise, surprise, he's terrified.
Yes.
And then he beats him with a belt, and it's just very like, but it's also like. I was reading some other stuff. Like I remember there was a, I don't know if this was an interview, a clip that I saw. Everything's getting melted in my head right now.
No, it's fine.
But there's something saying that he was like oiling them up, stripping them down, and beating them.
Oh
Yeah,
my
like
God.
it just. I feel like that probably was nothing compared to what actually happened to them, and I can't
Can't
even imagine.
even, yeah.
And I think that the worst part for me is like going on social media and people are like turning it into a joke, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
like you mean this is what I have to do so my kids can be great and all this other stuff." And I'm like, child abuse is not funny. And I feel like if Michael Jackson was alive, like I'm not a Michael stan, but I know he would not fuck with that. Like he like it's just very
He's
yeah.
talked about how abusive Joseph was to him
Yeah, he
too.
did fuck with him.
So, and you know what? I think even before this movie, unfortunately, like literally probably since Michael Jackson has died, there has been so many like rap lines, lyrics
Mm,
about how like Joe, like how niggas compare themselves to Joe, and it's just kind of like,
mm,
it's the
yeah.
same instance of when another trigger warning, when like people compare themselves to Ike Turner, like
Hmm.
bro, like I don't find that shit cool, not at all. So it's
Yeah.
like. Yeah, I that scene was disturbing. Any really a lot of the beginning scenes when he was a child and like
Hmm.
Joe when certain parents act like that and it gives like you just want to beat your child for any reason. Not saying you should beat your child at all.
You just want to
So
exert that power.
I find that very like
Yeah. And it's like he's picking on the smallest, littlest one
that is
to exert the power
disgusting.
so that the older ones know like he don't give a fuck. Like if he could beat the little one, he gonna beat y'all too.
I don't
Sick.
like that. That is some sick shit, man.
Twisted.
Um so yeah, but again, great job from
Yeah, great performance from
great,
Jafar. Or the kid.
yes, the kid,
Yeah, he's very
Juliano.
talented. Very, very talented.
That he can really sing too.
Mm-hmm.
I was very, I was like,
Because it was them singing, right?
yes, and I was
Wow.
like, is this edited? I should, no, it was them singing,
Yeah, I think it was their vocals.
but the way it sounded so, yeah, it is. Oh
Yeah.
my God,
The
yeah,
when he sang
I'll be there.
yeah. No, what's the Who's Loving You? My God.
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's him singing. And it was very interesting.
It
I
was
was like,
great.
it was great.
Yeah, he killed it.
He did.
And yeah, so I mean overall I feel like I would rate the movie a smooth 5 out of 10. Maybe a 6, but I think a 5. Because I feel like it was great production quality. I feel like the acting was good. I feel like the character placement and character choice, casting was great. And I thought they tastefully handled some of the things, like um, even though it was dramatized, like his vitiligo and his nose surgeries, which I thought was very interesting.
Hmm.
Um, and then also the scene where they show um, the Pepsi commercial incident.
Yeah.
Um, I thought that was really well curated, well shot.
Yes.
Because I feel like it really did evoke like emotions, and it's like you really felt bad for him. Like, damn, like you really got burnt, and you didn't have to do that. And also tying it to his contempt for his father and like him essentially, it's very interesting because they really created a whole, like it's a narrative, like
Yes.
it just all goes back to Joseph. It all goes back to him fighting for his individuality, his freedom from the clutches of his dad. And I thought it was interesting how they tied that, because I don't even know if it's true, but you
You're
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
you
like
make a good point.
I don't even know, like I don't know if it was because basically what it was that I think he was essentially pursuing his solo career,
Yeah.
and Joseph was trying to still he still wanted money, and he was still trying to like um maintain them as the Jacksons, and he knew that Michael was the moneymaker. And
Yeah.
so he wanted them to go on a world tour, which was the Victory Tour. And I think before that is when he like did a partnership with Don King, I think,
Yes, Don King.
to do a Pepsi commercial. And then, Michael, and during all that, literally his scalp getting burned, and he suffered like really bad burns, which I can only imagine because he's also wearing a fucking jerry curl, I think. So I'm like, in the 80s, I'm sure them
That
damn
shit
products was
was
flammable as fuck. So it's just
no.
like, damn, like you really felt bad for him. Like you really felt like every time, and he's such a damn, they did a great edit on this man. Because I'm
I
just like,
know.
he was just such a like, innocent and like um
They cleaned him up
imaginative
real nice, right?
down. And I'm just like, I know he was like he was going through it. I know.
I say this though.
Hmm.
I and if this is true in the way things went down, the way it went down in terms of Joseph was behind the whole Pepsi commercial thing, I guarantee you, if it wasn't for like I believe Michael Jackson is dead because of Joseph Jackson, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's what I
Um,
mean by he was going through it. Just like mentally, I don't think that Michael was as maybe as a child, but it kind of
yeah.
gave when he was older, he was extremely depressed.
Oh yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah,
Um, yeah. So they did a great. They tackled that story, like this particular storyline, in a very good way.
great narrative.
Great narrative.
Um,
I'll give them that.
yes,
Mm.
but a lot of people they not fucking with that because it's
They
like
aren't.
I- people are talking about how, one of the really big things that, happened later on in his life when he was in his like 40s and 50s was a lot of was a few child assault allegations.
Yes.
Um, I don't know how many to be exact, and
Neither do
I
I.
will be honest, I'm not very educated on the allegations, so I don't want to spread misinformation.
Yes, and I will also add that I too am not well versed on the allegations as well, but I would like to do the research
Mhm.
of starting with the documentary that came out that was produced by Oprah.
Which
Um
documentary?
that Oprah, hold on, let me
Oprah always doing some shit. That's why Monique don't fuck with her now.
but I just found out from Jordan. I just found out that because Michael and Oprah had like a pretty solid relationship. And
Yeah.
so for her to host a television special
Hmm.
called After Neverland, it had interviews with like various two different men, like the two main people were two different men accusing Michael Jackson of like these child
Yeah.
sexual abuse
Was it
things.
was one Wade Robinson?
Yes, Wade
Mm,
Robinson and James Safechuck.
mm.
Um
So it was only
s-
two.
it was
Or
only two,
he had
but
multiple
this
like at different points, right?
yes, he had like there was other people. I think that interview had sparked other people wanting to come forward about
Mm,
their experiences. And so this goes on to our next big thing about this film.
mm,
So remember how I was saying like there was two versions of it. There was the version that we saw,
mm-hmm.
and then there was the original version of it, where the original was nearly 4 hours long, but that's how every unedited like or just
Yeah.
like yeah unedited film is. But basically the first cut of this film had scenes of excuse me had scenes of him Michael getting accused later in his
Mm,
career
mm-hmm.
um from let me get the name right, from Jordan Chandler,
Mm,
um apparently it was a scene of investigators coming into Neverland and asking him questions and stuff like that.
Mm.
Um, so that was that. And apparently scenes with Diana Ross.
Mm.
Right. So apparently those were scenes that were shot and have been cut out.
Interesting.
Yes. And the estate had chucked over roughly $15 million into these reshoots.
Wow.
Because Jordan Chandler had a clause in his settlement where basically he was not to be mentioned in any Michael movie at all, essentially. Like
Really?
any movie, any TV, like nothing of that allegation could have been mentioned anywhere.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a part of his settlement that he had, agreed to. So because
Interesting.
of that, because the estate had found that clause, they were like, perfect, we're gonna cut all this out the movie. We're gonna give you this 15 million, you're gonna recut it. That's when John Ottoman came in, recut it and made it the Princess Disney version that we have today, where he specifically said, I wanted to bring out the humor and the film and really show Michael in this light that
The
people
editor
don't
said
really,
that?
yes, that
Interesting.
that people may not know about him or may not get to see or understand.
I
So,
would,
yeah,
I don't know what I would do to see that original cut.
I would do almost nefarious things to see that original.
Because I'm just so curious, especially if that's the cut that like Janet and them saw.
Exactly, and
I'm just
then that they
like,
had notes about.
yeah, I'm like, damn, what? Oh, it's just getting,
You know that them files are locked down tight,
yeah,
gorilla gripped.
damn. Now
They,
I feel like I watched a documentary years and years and years ago about it, but I don't remember what, and I'm like, that might be the documentary you're talking about, the one with Oprah
yes,
produced, because I do remember watching one a while ago. And then later, I think a few folks like retracted their statements or something.
yes, yes, this was that. Yes,
Wow.
yes,
I
because
don't know.
they
Yeah.
settled.
Wow. That's so
Um,
interesting. Why would they retract it? Well,
yeah, right? It's
wow.
almost kind of like
It
how
makes you
much
wonder.
more? It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Um,
Damn.
yeah, so that I mean, that those are all my particular notes about this film.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, I will be doing, unfortunately, I will be doing more research because I do have to watch that documentary. I am very curious
Yeah.
because yeah, like yeah. Also, one thing in the film, how did you feel about them, I guess, kind of covering about his, not really covering, but like talking about his because you were telling me in the movie theaters and it had me dying, where he was looking in the storybook
Mm.
and pointing at Peter Pan, and you were
Yeah.
like, he pointing at that nose. And then the next scene is him in the surgeon's office.
As soon as he did it, I was like, he pointed at that nose. He want that nose. That was crazy.
So I was like, oh my God, wow.
Yeah, they were
And
not they were not they were so obvious, yeah.
it was obvious. And then as the movie went on,
Mm.
you just notice like a piece of tape on his nose. I'm like, oh, so he's
Getting more
continually.
surgery. Yeah, it's very subtle. I think it's
Mm,
interesting. Because I do feel like with the it's like with the cut, the way that they edited it, we don't actually know his internal thought process to getting it.
right.
Like have a we kind of have an idea because like I think when he was a kid, Joseph called him Big Nose or some shit,
Yes.
which is like they have your nose, but anyway, um, and so we see. So then I guess we're supposed to refer back to
Yes.
that, but then there was yeah, like there's a scene where he's looking at this Peter Pan book and he's like pointing at Peter Pan's nose, and I'm like, and
I
then the
was
next
like,
scene
what?
he
And
had a
then
new nose.
boom, underneath the surgeon lamp and everything. I said,
Yeah,
oh Lord.
yeah,
It really was the doctor for me being like, you look good. And he did. I'm
hmm,
sorry. He did.
yeah. And we all,
Um,
most of us think.
and you know what I also I don't understand because then when he comes home and it's all healed up and stuff, like
Mhm.
after Joe is like, "What the fuck you do to yourself?"
He's like,
Um,
come here, boy.
come here, let me let
And he's
uh
like, you caused
right,
it.
literally. It's Latoya being like, "Oh, this was good. I might have to."
No, they so funny for that.
And I'm like, "Why did all of them? Why did
And
all
she
of
agreed
them?"
to that. She agreed to that in the
She
film.
literally was like, "Yep, that's how that went." Huh?
And she's like
Like,
16 surgeries later.
why did they all end up getting the like? I think
No.
Randy's the only one that didn't do it.
I mean him with like Marlon,
Okay.
maybe Tito, R.I.P.
Oh my God.
Jackie.
R.I.P. Tito. I
Yeah,
done
he died.
forgot that quick. That was last year, right?
Was it last year? Yeah,
2024.
it was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Damn,
Yeah.
Tito. Thank God he ain't touched that. He ain't pinched that nose,
Yeah,
man.
I feel like the less popular ones didn't really.
But Jermaine, he
I
said,
don't
"This
know
is what
what
I gotta
Jermaine
do
got
to
going
compete with
on.
this nigga." He got
He's
some
scaring me.
weird.
He's
No,
scaring
he's.
me. I'm
Have you seen
scared.
his hair?
Who hasn't?
Right. They
Yeah.
say he look like Dracula, man. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's very Dracula vibes. The video of him, he's like, it's an afro.
Yes.
He's like, it's an afro, and I just coming back to the side. He's like, if
I
I didn't
don't
have
know,
gel, it
brother.
would be like up to here. And everybody's like,
Mm,
that is paint. Like, what are
that
you
is
talking about?
pure pain. Jermaine always had this weird thing against with Michael, and it's probably because like he's the oldest, and like
Is he?
isn't
Oh, he's
Jermaine the
older.
oldest?
No, I
Oh,
think
he's older.
it might be Jackie or Marlon. I mean, sorry, Jackie or Tito. But I think it's Jackie.
Who's
Now,
the?
oldest sibling, I think is Reby.
It is Jackie. Damn, Jackie old as hell. Born
Yeah.
May 4th.
Yeah, he was born on the same day as his mom. Yeah.
And
There's a lot of
you.
Tauruses in their family.
And the
Uh,
same day as you.
oh yeah. We know that.
Right, right,
Um,
right, right, right.
but like they also their family just got a lot of drama low key. Like, first of all, Jermaine just on some weird shit. First of all, he's 71 and he's married to like a 27-year-old. Would you be married to a 71-year-old right now?
Excuse me. That is disgusting.
No, it's terrible, yeah. And I think they have like kids together.
Huh? Huh?
But that's not even the most diabolical part. Jafar, Jafar, right? His son.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
his son.
The main one in the movie. Yes.
Jafar's mother is Randy Jackson, the youngest brother, is his ex. So he got cousin siblings.
So Jafar really could have been Randy's.
Well, basically, Randy was with
This woman.
Jafar's mother for
Yes.
a long time, but Randy, I don't know if he was abusive, but I think he might have been shot by Tina Turner. Like there,
Yes.
maybe it wasn't him.
Yes. No, no,
Was
no,
it?
no. It was
I don't know if it's the same people. I don't quote me, but basically he was just like playing around and he wasn't really being serious. He's the youngest brother, so he kind of was just like fucking around for a
yeah.
while, but they ended up I think they might have had two or three kids.
Yes, it was
And
Randy.
she basically started fucking around with Jermaine because mind you, they all live in the same house. They all live in the Jackson
Yeah,
estate.
so it's like I'm gonna
So
just
she
go
go,
across the
go across the hall. I'm gonna talk to your brother because your brother's giving me more attention. And then they secretly got married. Jermaine, mind you, Jermaine's much older and are like older than Randy, and they had like two or three kids, and then they got divorced. So Jafar is the product of Jermaine and I don't know his mother's name, but he got cousin siblings.
That is
Yeah.
just nasty word. Talk about drama in the family. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. More like the Jackson 8. God damn.
Yeah. So yeah, their family got, I feel like their family's very interesting because I'm like they
They.
they're new money.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
They're new money. So it's like but it very just very interesting people. Yeah,
No, nine. I said Jackson 8 is nine. Lord.
nine kids.
Um,
Yeah.
God damn. Hey, you know what I can't knock though?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I can't knock?
Mm-hmm.
All under one roof.
I'm crying.
Sorry. Sorry,
Not present
sorry.
father. Not really.
Present abusive father.
Yeah.
Right, really, not really. Because after a certain, when one is this older and one is
Yeah.
this younger,
And then also he like cheated on Catherine for like 25 years.
oh my God, Jackson 10. Jesus Christ.
How does one cheat for 25 years? Like that's as long as I've
Because
been alive almost.
your wife is a Jehovah Witness who's not going to do anything and not divorce you for real.
For 25 years?
25 years.
My God.
They said we don't know this. We don't know who this lady is. She is not a part of our family.
Yeah, basically, you know that story. There's a story that Giovanni talks about, Giovanni the extra child. I don't want to call her bastard, but
Mm.
you
Oh,
know,
hmm.
is that fucked up? Is bastard a
Bastard child. That's such an outdated. Like I don't know. I mean,
I used to call myself
I.
a bastard, but I'm not technically, but I am technically because my parents weren't married.
Hmm.
But technically, I'm not. But anyway, the child that Joe Jackson had on the side in his 25-year like affair,
Yes,
she lived. First of all, he had her a house 5 miles away from their house
that
in
is just
California,
diabolical.
and he would see them every day, and he would take them on regular trips to like Disneyland, like for Christmas and shit, and she also called him daddy. And that
And posed. Yes.
yeah, and like whenever she I think first like met or like spent time with like Janet and Reby, she said daddy, like talking about Joseph, and I think Janet like walked out the room
Huh.
because she was pissed. And I feel like that's probably why it's just like yeah,
Yeah.
that is so complicated. Like somebody you never met before is now like, yeah, like I'm your sibling. Not only am I your sibling, like our father that you never had any type of emotional connection with, and who forbade you from even calling him dad, let alone daddy. I got to call him that every day, and he took me to Disney World.
I.
We'd have beef
Yeah. That
forever.
sounds. Yeah. Valid.
Like
Very
I'd have beef
valid.
with Joe Jackson for first and foremost.
Yeah. And then I would just not like you at all. Because unfortunately, girl,
I mean, yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry.
And you know, Reby being the oldest sibling, she does like contact and have more of a relationship with Giovanni.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I think that's just a very interesting. That's just a very weird position to be in, and ultimately, Joe Jackson was diabolical, um,
Yes.
and
Um,
very complex situation.
I will say some other closing notes that I just remember. Jermaine Jackson is an executive producer.
Hmm.
I forgot who else is there a couple of the other Jackson Five brothers
Latoya,
are, yes, Latoya is an
mhm.
executive producer.
All of them,
So
right? It's like Jackie, Marlon,
a good bit of them. Yeah, actually I think it might
and also
be all of them.
they also had a reality show at some point.
Ugh,
Yeah,
recession indicator. Anyways,
this was like in 2009. Yeah, and there was a
recession
recession.
indicator. Yep. So so yeah, what did you rate it originally? Sorry.
I gave it a 5 out of 10. What do you rate it?
For what it was and taking it for what it was and not thinking too deeply into it, I did like the way it was cut. I did enjoy the music, the way it was placed, the music
It was great.
editing, and it was good. I'm going to give it a solid 6, light 7.
But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's all I have to say about
yeah,
Michael.
should anybody else go and watch Michael?
Go watch it, or if you want.
I'm crying.
But what you should do if you do watch it is leave your review in the comments below.
Yeah, let us know what you think. I'm curious, for real.
No, seriously. I
Yeah,
want to know your thoughts. I want to know the inside scoop about things.
right. Should
Um,
they have included extra scenes? Let us know.
Mm.
Nuance to him as a person. Let us know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's it.
That is it.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.